Welcome back, baseball fans, to the Summer 69-72 Carryover League. Tonight, we are in the American League North. Been kind of a weak division all year. Trying to find a fourth place team. Plenty of candidates to finish in last place and be eliminated. When you have a series like this, you're hoping one of the teams will grab the bull by the horns and just roll the other team to show effort, for instance. So let's first figure out what had to happen in this series, and we look at the schedule. Here the Expos are the away team. Cleveland's got home field advantage for the 7 games. The Expos are +1 in the tiebreaker if necessary, but Cleveland starts this series a full 2 games back, so with 7 games to play they actually have to win 5 of 7. There's no tiebreaker here. Tiebreaker is not necessary. Cleveland's mission: win 5 of 7 games. It starts in Cleveland. What happens? Game 1. Cleveland, okay, let's assert ourselves. They do, in a weird way. 4 walks in the second inning, gets a run, and then with 2 outs, Fred Stanley, grand slam. That's 5 runs with 1 hit, folks. They end up winning this game 5-1 for Gaylord Perry, who's had a miserable season with his sparkling 192 ERA with a 72 card, but it has not worked out this year. However, Cleveland has the opportunity to grab the bull by the horns and take advantage of the Expos. What happens in game 2? The Indians kind of like fold up like a cheap card table here. 5th innings where the scoring starts, singles everywhere, and an error. Indians have a 2-1 lead. But in the 7th inning, Mike McCormick gives up a couple singles, and was 2-2 in the 5th, I should say. They take a 3-2 lead, and the Indians' response is nothing, nothing, and nothing, and they give up. They just could not win 2 games in a row, and so we're right back where we started from for the Indians. 2 games back, but there's only 5 games left. So what happens in game 3? Do the Indians even make the trip? Or are they all hung over for game 3? The answer is they get whipped 9-4. The Expos, early on, it's not looking good because these weird Cleveland grand slams. Here's another one. A hit, error, walk, and a grand slam. It's 4-2. But this time, the Indians don't do a thing after that. And the Expos have all sorts of comebacks in mind, including roughing up Steve Mangori, the Cleveland All-Star, who came in the 7th inning only to have his perfect season destroyed by giving up 6 runs in an inning. Only 4 of those 6 runs are earned. But in any event, Expos now have won 2 out of 3. They need to win a baseball game so that Cleveland can go to the golf course. Beyond that, I don't know what's going to happen to the Expos either. It's just not particularly... You get these, folks. Let's look at the overall standings right now before we start. See if what the Expos can do. Well, they're in 2nd place. They're 3 games under 500 right now. Chance to be 2 games under. They would play Seattle, who is a game under 500. And the winner of that series has to pretty much sweep their opponent, or both those teams get eliminated in the 2nd round because their records aren't good enough to advance. So, but that's a story for another day. Don't get too ahead of yourselves, Expos, or this thing will just go back and forth. I'll be here all night trying to end this thing. Game 4 for the Indians. Steve Hargan on the mound. And for the Expos, it is Gary Wasilewski. Let's get started from Burlington, home of the relocated Expos, playing on the middle of a baseball field they built in the middle of Lake Champlain outside Burlington. Roy Foster leads it off. 1-7, ball 4. Cleveland completely shuffled their lineup for what's arguably their final game of the year, so they'll probably score 14 runs. Vada Pinson, 67's a K. Ray Fosse, 66, skies are right. And Duke Sims, 5'10", is a walk. 2 on, 2 outs for Tony Horton. Here's a who. No, he doesn't. He grounds it short. Bottom of 1. Boots Day, 211. Pops a second. Gary Sutherland, 35, grounds a short. Mac Jones, 2'8", is a K. Top of 2. It's Chris Chambliss, 66. Got it right. Larry Brown, 63. Bouncer to short. This is Woody Woodward, a 3 at shortstop. Makes the play. Chicken Stanley, 1-3. Let's take a look at Chicken's card. So yeah, way back in game 1, with the bases loaded with walks, Fred rolled a 1-2 for the salami. Here he rolls 1-3. Homer 1-7 double. It'll hit the top of the wall for a 2-base hit. And with 2 outs, it's Eddie Leone. 3-11, skies the center field. Bottom of 2, Bob Bailey, 68, lines of third. Rusty Staub, 1-7. Let's take a look at the All-Star for the Expos. The L'Orange Grand, 1-7, triple 1-3. That's rolling to the wall on a 2. Triple for Rusty Staub. Give the guy some space. He needs some air. Had 5 triples in 69, the big guy. With 1 out, they'll bring the infield up for Adolfo Phillips. But 37's a walk. Runners in the corners, so keep it up for Ron Fairley. 57's a K. And John Bateman with 2 outs. Rolls with the pitcher. Scoreless. Here's Roy Foster again, 39 short. Veda Pinson, 47, single on a 1, line out. Ray Fosse, 49 walk. The Duke of Sims, 55, another walk. And with 2 outs, Tony Horton. Here's a single to right field. Ray Fosse, 11 runner, 12, 13. Mac Jones, -1 arm, no, he will hold. The bases are loaded for Chris Chambliss. Let's take a look at Chris's card. His 71, he may have been Rookie of the Year or top 3 Rookie of the Year votes for the Indians before he ultimately ends up on the Yankees. Big moment here for him in the Indian season. In a scoreless game, the pitch to Chris Chambliss, 67, is a strikeout. Bottom of the 3rd. Woody Woodward, 6'11", flies to left. Foster in left's a 4-10, and that's a double. Boots Day, 49, is a walk. Gary Sutherland, 68, pops to 3rd. Mac Jones, 1-8 is a K, and with 2 outs, Bob Bailey, 1-7 is a K. We'll go to the 4th. Nobody scored. Larry Brown, 34, left. Fred Stanley, 1-9 is a walk. Eddie Leone, 56, second X. This is Sutherland. He's a 2, E37 at second base. And the 2-ness gives him the double play. If you're wondering about the E rating, I've mentioned this before, as far as how the spreadsheet works. If you see GBA, it means it was not an E rating that caused it to be an out. So that was regarding the fielding rating being a 2. If you see a GB parentheses A, the parentheses signifies that the E rating result determined the result. So you see he's got a great range, but a terrible E rating, and that seemed to match up what just happened, a GBA off the fielding rating, which ends the inning. For users of this spreadsheet to play your own games. All right, bottom of the 4th. It's Rusty Staub. 67 is a K. Adolfo Phillips, 211 is a K. Ron Fairley, 65, bounces to second. It's the Steve Hargan, Gary Wasilewski show from Vermont. Top of the 5th. Roy Foster leads it off. 45, triple 1-3, base hit. Veda Pinson. 1-5, let's take a look at Veda's card. Cleveland card from 1970. Stayed in the state of Ohio after leaving the Reds and was magnificent. Well, he was very good. 286 with 24 bombs with this card. Hits lefties very well. Full-time player. Plenty of power and extra base hits. 1-5, 2-run blast, and the Tribe is on the board. Or the Guardians, whatever you want to call these guys. Ray Fosse, 52, flies to left. The Duke of Sims, 65, bounce to second. And Tony Horton, here's a bouncer to short. All right, we're halfway through, going to the bottom of the 5th. But first, let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Okie dokie. Bottom of the 5th. It's John Bateman, 67, pops to second. Woody Woodward, 49, walk. The Boots Day, 68, pops to first with 2 outs and a man on. It's Gary Sutherland, 2-7, pops to third. Steve Hargan dialing it in today with a nifty 2-hitter. Top of the 6th, Chris Chambliss, 1-5. We saw that card earlier. Could have used it for a grand slam. This time, though, homer 1-13 double. It's another double. Wind must be blowing in today. Missed a couple home run chances. Larry Brown, 2-5, lines it short. Fred Stanley, 110, single 1-2, lines out. And Eddie Leone, 210 is a K. Wasilewski, a starter 6, manages to stick around in this game. He's not retired the side in order yet, but he's only given up the 2 runs. Bottom of the 6th, Mac Jones, 67's a K. Bob Bailey, 32, third. Rusty Staub, 32, third. Remember what I was saying about a team kind of grabbing the bull by the horns and just rolling the other guy? Doesn't look like it's happening. Looks like a back and forth affair of blown opportunities as the Indians have a 2-0 lead, trying to even this series up. Top of the 7th, Wasilewski. He'll go for a couple more batters, just because it's only a 2-0 game and he wants a chance to win. 57's a K. Veda Pinson, 43. Sky's the right X. Mac Jones, a 3E14 in right field, and he makes the grab. And with 2 outs, Ray Fosse. 37 is a K. 2-0 game. A 2-run homer by Veda Pinson is our scoring. Steve Hargan and Wasilewski are pitching very good baseball for their teams. Bottom of the 7th, stretch time here. We have been listening to the German sounds of Can, 1968, Delay 68 LP by the German supergroup Can. They had 2 vocalists during this period, Damo Suzuki and Malcolm Moody, and Malcolm is singing on this record. Bottom of the 7th. Here we go. 2-0. Steve Hargan is still in there. Mingor, who got blasted in the last game is warming along with Eddie Watt. Adolfo Phillips. 110 is a base hit. B. Steele are being held on. Right. Ray Fosse's got a -2 on him. Ron Fairley's the batter. They're playing back and holding. 35, Fairley walks, and now we have to consider. Actually, Steve Hargan, interesting card here. He's a starter 8. Even though 1970, the card we're using, is pretty much his only decent year. 2-0 game. I think you got to leave the dude in there. With as bad as Cleveland's season has been, you know the bullpen is just going to screw it up for him. So 2 on, nobody out. John Bateman. 62, Skies to center C. Woody Woodward, 1-5 is a 5-4-3 double play. 2-zip in the 8th. Wasilewski still out there. Duke of Sims, 56 is a walk. And here's Tony Horton. Here's a 6-4-3 double play. Any deep ones we can bring in? Yeah, bring in Ron Davis for him to put him in the outfield somewhere. Make Foster the DH. Put Ron Davis in the left. All right, Chris Chambliss with 2 outs. 46 is a base hit. This guy still is not broken, amazingly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 men on base. Only 2 have scored. Larry Brown is not the type of hitter to encourage pitching changes. So with 2 outs and a man on first, here's Larry Brown. 2-4. Bouncer to short. It is 2-2 nada. There are some defensive changes. Dave Marshall will come in for Duke Sims to play right field. And Hargan is going at it. But if he puts 2 guys on in the 8th, he'll probably hook him. All right, top of the Expo order. Down 2. They got to score a couple runs to advance to the next round of the postseason tournament today, right here. Boots Day leads it off. 45 off of Hargan is Homer 1-3. Fly ball to right, and it is a fly ball. Gary Sutherland 2-4 is a pop to short. And Mac Jones. Mac Jones 48, single 1 of 17. He gets it. And the tying run with 2 outs is Bob Bailey. Let's take a look at Bob's card before he bats. Really awesome player. This guy had a big stick, often overlooked, but he had 28 homers and 352 at bats, 72 walks and a 287 batting average in 1970. So I'm dialing you up, Bob, for a tying 2-run homer. The pitch to Bob Bailey. 49, ball 4. All right, now it's Rusty Staub, and I think I gotta give myself some Steve Hargan insurance. We're gonna hook the maestro here after 7 2/3 innings, putting the lead run at the plate. Cleveland's only all-star is their lefty reliever to face Rusty Staub, and that would be Steve Mingori. So the 2 all-stars meet here for this at-bat. Take a look at Rusty's card as well. Steve Mingori versus Rusty Staub. 2 on, 2 outs in the 8th inning. Here's the pitch to Rusty Staub. 38 is a sky to center field. All right, I am hooking Mr. Wasilewski. It's been a fun ride, but be glad you just give up the 2 runs and call it good. And the Poes are going to bring in their closer, Mike Manor Marshall, in the 9th inning. He of the rubber arm. It'll be in the 9th. Fred Stanley leading off. 66, pops to short. Eddie Leone, 1-5, grounds to third, and with 2 outs, hats off to Roy Foster. 35, skies to center field, bottom of the 9th. Mingori needs 3 outs to tie the series, and give me more work to do. That's all I can really say here. I don't know what else it's supposed to prove with these teams. But anyway, bottom of the 9th, it is a baseball game, and there's excitement and drama, I guess. Adolfo Phillips leads off in the bottom of the 9th. Let's take a look at some cards again. Adolfo's card. He's got some speed, can play defense okay, a lot of walks. Adolfo Phillips. The pitch to Adolfo. 2-9 is a walk. Now, he will run down to second base as his run does not tie the game or anything. And it's Ron Fairley, who hits lefties okay. I'm wondering if there's a secret compartment to this team against lefties that I'm not aware of. Like on Scooby-Doo or something, where suddenly like some MVP Hall of Famers kind of appear off the bench. Well, you know what? Let's have some name fun. I'm going to have a pinch hitter here. The one thing about the Expos, they have the best names in all of Strat-O-Matic. They have Boots, Rusty, Adolfo, Woody, and this guy, Coco LaBoy. Let's take a look at Coco's card here. Give me a 210 to tie this thing. He's pinch hitting for Ron Fairley against the lefty Steve Mingori. Coco LaBoy. Here's the pitch to Coco LaBoy. 65, skies the right. All right. Here comes John Bateman. Let's take a look at him. He's got some power and some home runs. John Bateman. The pitch to John. 49. Bouncer to second X. Oh, what do we got at second base? Eddie Leone. What does he do with his glove? Anything good? 3E16. Second baseman's a 3E16. We'll look right here for the result. And it is a GBC. We live another at-bat. So a GBC will put the runner at third base. And it's Woody Woodward. He hits lefties okay, but not with any power. Ron Brand doesn't have any power, and Bobby Wan, of course, doesn't have any power. So Woody Woodward will bat, try and continue this game. Here's the pitch to Woody Woodward. 65 again is a fly ball to right field. And the Expos, again, get whatever. The Indians win the game. Indians Expos, Expos Indians, doesn't really matter. We've split 4 games here and accomplished pretty much nothing. 8 2/3, 9, yeah. So, Expos cannot do anything of significance here. Both teams are arranging tee times as soon as this series is over, whenever that happens. Marshall came on in the 9th, got an inning in there. Gary Wasilewski, tough game, man. If he said he goes 8 innings, was up a 2-run homer, he'd take it most of the time. 6 walks, 5 strikeouts. Mingori gets a 4-out save, justifying his all-star pedigree with a walk, making up for the disaster in his last start. Steve Hargan, 4 hits, but 5 walks and 7 strikeouts. Doesn't get a complete game, but it gets part of a shutout. 1019, 0109, 2604, 6567. Wow, game 4 is in the books. And now we get to look at the stats of these 2 underachieving baseball clubs. All right. Let's start with the Expos. Losers of this game. Started the series 4 games under 500. They're still 4 games under 500 at 14-18. Hitting .243 with a 3.73 ERA on the year. Don't see anything. Oh, one of the relief pitchers has 15 shutout innings, John Mars. That's nice. Rusty Staub, 7 homers and 24 RBIs and has 41 hits, hitting around 325 or so. That's nice. 14-18. Your Cleveland baseball team. The Cleveland baseball team is 12-20 with that commanding victory, hitting .255 with a 4.28 ERA. And like I said, Gaylord Perry is 2-7. He did win that game. You saw in the pregame show, and that's the only the second game he's won all year. He's 2-7, 34 runs in 75 innings. That'll give you a 4.08 ERA every time. Nothing else to report except Mingori has 5 saves now. He's given up 4 runs. Offensively for the Tribe, I don't see anybody really killing it to talk about, so I won't. So, with that game, the overall standings here. The Expos need to win a baseball game. The Ohio players are still just a game under 500. 5 games under 500, Ohio is. So if the Tribe wins 2 more games in this series but drops the series, Ohio would still hold on to second place, as ridiculous as that sounds. The combined games under 500 for this division, Detroit's at 500, so that's 5, 9, 17 games below 500, the American League North. Pretty yucky, folks, pretty yucky. That's it tonight from the land of the Expos. Hope you enjoyed the game. We'll check you out next time. Well, folks, it's all over here. The Expos. Battle of Aces, Gaylord Perry and Bill Stoneman. Another momentumless baseball game, but great pitching nonetheless. Bill Stoneman beats Gaylord Perry. Not only that, Bill Stoneman pitches 6 no-hit innings, 2 outs in the 7th. Tony Horton hears a home run, and you think, Gaylord Perry's going to win this game 1-0. So let's show you what happened to the great Cleveland Indians team this year. They take out Roy Foster and bring in a defensive plate replacement in left field, Ron Davis. They take out Duke Sims, bring in defensive replacement Dave Marshall in right field. 2 outs in the 8th, hit a fly ball to defensive replacement. He drops it for a double. 2 outs, hit a fly ball to defensive replacement in right field, drops it for a double. We got a tie game. Indians put a couple guys on in the 9th. Bottom of the 9th with 2 outs and nobody on. Double off the Gaylord Perry card, and then a single off the Gaylord Perry card. So to recap, double off a defense, double off a defense, double off a Perry, single off a Perry, ball game. Gaylord Perry's card. 24-16 with a 1.92 ERA and 343 innings in 1972. It just went 2-8. Though to his credit, he did give up the 2 earned runs that his ERA suggests, but too little, too late. And the Expos advance, and Cleveland's going to the beach. We'll see you next time.